Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see here, we're at the end of the 2024-2025 season. So we're just going to recap the season, how things went, the various competitions, and whatnot. Various competitions, various competitions, kind of player stats, transfers, board goals, and all that stuff. Probably got a spoiler there with Vicario's nice picture there. But let's kind of, I guess, get into it. So we'll use this nice left button thing. Go to standings. So as you can see here, we somehow did the miraculous and we won the league with 20 points ahead of Arsenal. Who could have seen that coming? You know, Arsenal always second best. It sucks for them, but what you gonna do? But yeah, we somehow finished 29 wins in the league, 20 points ahead of Arsenal. Absolutely incredible stuff. Especially considering we won, what, 11 league matches, I think, that year. Scroll back up. We finished with 11 wins in the league and 22 losses. So we basically turned 19 of those losses into a draw and a bunch of wins, which is absolutely incredible stuff. But yeah, we just got a lot. We honestly just had a lot of luck with the sims because we lost so many matches. I simmed like 22 of our league matches, and we just got really lucky with the results and stuff. We ended up winning the league. Pretty incredible stuff. So kind of moving on to the other competitions. I guess let's use the scroll thing. Here we go. FA Cup. This is kind of the next thing. So as you see here, Chelsea beat Newcastle in the final to win the FA Cup. Chelsea also, as you probably saw, finished fourth in the league, finished Champions League spot. Forgot around that. Champions League spots were Arsenal, City, and Chelsea's spot, and then Liverpool was Europa League spot. I didn't actually. Might as well just go back. And let's scroll down to the bottom, and the relegated teams were Southampton, Leicester, and Forest. Not mad about that. Wouldn't mind if Forest get relegated this year, to be quite honest. But yeah, Ipswich managed to survive, but it was the relegated teams. So that's back to the FA Cup. Chelsea beat Newcastle in the final 2-1. So how did we do in the FA Cup? Let's, I guess, scroll all the way back to round 3, because that's where we started. There we go. So we got matched up against Wrexham in the first round. So I played that match because that's where we played that infamous match against Tamworth, where Timo Werner was god awful against like a non-league National League side, non-league side. So we won 3-1. 2 goals from Richarlison, and a goal from Wilson Odegaard. So Richie was man of the match that match. So round 4, we got matched up against Middlesbrough. So that was the match against, I think it was Aston Villa, or Kinski had some howlers. We got knocked out, so I simulated that. We won 2-1. 2 goals from Timo Werner. So yeah, not gonna lie, Timo Werner was very clutch this season. Like very, very clutch. Yeah, so he was man of the match with those 2 goals. Round 5. Ooh, shit. I always mix that up. Round 5. There we go. We got a matchup against Stockport County. It's another favorable matchup for us. Based on the randomizer, we actually got sim for that, so I simulated the match. We won 3-2 with 2 goals from Richarlison and then a goal from Timo Werner. Richarlison was man of the match. Richarlison and Timo very clutch this season. Round 6 are the quarterfinals. We got a matchup against Newcastle. As you can see, we lost 2-1. I simulated the match. We lost 2-1 with a goal from Dom Solanke. And for Newcastle, it was revenge, because you probably saw there quickly. If I switch over to Carabao Cup, we did the treble base, because we won the Europa League, because that's Spurs won it IRL last season. And so we did the treble. We did the Premier League, Europa League, and Carabao Cup treble. Pretty impressive stuff. We got revenge. Newcastle got revenge in the FA Cup, because that game was like a couple of days after the Carabao Cup final, where he smashed them 3-0. We also got pretty lucky because our recent record against Newcastle very poor. So it was like on the randomizer, I chucked in 4 losses to simulate, and then one last win against Newcastle, where Sonny had that incredible game. It's like in December, and the original injury crisis and his first season, and that was like that one win was what I landed on. So I played the Carabao Cup final, 3 goals, 2 goals from Dom Solanke, and 1 from Matisse Tell. Here's the win. Dom Slikey was the man of the match that match. So I kind of got this first, so I knew we were kind of solid going in, so I was pretty hyped about that. So 6 will, I guess, will be another one season wonder, but pretty hype. It was a good season. Oh, I guess how did we get there? Should I go back and go through how we got there? So we started off in round 2 actually for some reason, even though like we were in Europe, so we should have started in round 3. So you're 1-4-1 against Hull. I played that match because we had to obviously get to the next round. Two dueling braces from Richarlison and Timo. Round 3, played that was the Coventry match. So won 5-0 against Crystal Palace. Another team I don't mind screwing over with 2 goals from Timo Werner, 1 from Archie Gray, and 2 from Lucas Bergvall. Round 4, that's where we beat Man City. So I played the match against Peterborough. Won 3-0 with goals from Elliot Anderson, Richarlison, and Timo Werner. With Richarlison man of the match. Quarterfinals, that memorable match against Man United. We got matched up against Man United again. A little less memorable for the kind of Fraser Foster's gas, but we won 3-0 with a Timo Werner hat-trick. Yes, I said that correctly. A Timo Werner hat-trick. He was obviously man of the match. And the semifinals, we got matched up against Arsenal. So I played the first leg, won 2-0. Goals from Dom Solanke and Pap Sarr. And simulated the second leg, which see we lost 2-1, but we had the 3-2 aggregate winner total. Dom Solanke goal in that second leg. Then we got matched up against Newcastle, or as I said, we won the final with 2 goals from Solanke and 1 goal from Tell. So Dom Solanke, man of the match there. He was pretty much our MVP of the season for the most part, to be honest. Once we get into the stats, we'll see why. Then that's the preseason stuff, doesn't matter. Super Cup, Real Madrid beat Atalanta. Champions League, Leverkusen beat Atletico. Then obviously, as I said, we won the Europa League, beat Porto 2-0 in the final, but in terms of how we got there, league phase finished second with 5 wins and 3 draws. So our draws are against Galatasaray, Roma, and Rangers, unsurprisingly. We actually finished first. Let's see. But Besiktas from Turkey finished first. That's kind of surprising. But yeah, so we skipped the playoff stage, obviously, then, round of 16. We got matched up against ex-manager Jose Mourinho and Fenerbahce, which we won 5-1 on aggregate. Simulated the first legs. That was, the round of 16 against Azza, where we lost the first leg. Simulated the first leg, which we won, though, with the goal from Dom Solanke. Then played the second leg and won 4-1 as to Dom Solanke hat-trick and a Matisse Tell goal. Quarterfinals, we got matched up against who we've met in the final, ultimately, Man United. Won 3-1 aggregate. Played drew the first, close in the first leg, so it was supposed to be a draw. So that's what we obviously drew against Frankfurt. Ended up winning 2-1. 2 goals from Dom Solanke. And then the second leg I played, and we won 1-0 with a Matisse Tell goal to win 3-1 on aggregate. Semifinals, we got matched up against Roma, who we had met in the league phase. And played both legs. Won the first leg 2-0 with 2 goals from Solanke, then drew the second leg 1-1 with another Dom Solanke goal. But that was enough to get us to the final, where we beat Porto 2-0 with Matisse Tell being the star of the show. 2 goals. The second goal was absolutely impeccable. Like the through ball from Brennan Johnson was immaculate. Basically went from one side of the pitch to the other. And Matisse kind of walked into it and smashed past the keeper. So incredible scenes there winning the Europa League. And then Conference League, Betis, who made it to the final, lost against Chelsea, made it to the final 7, beat Molde 4-3. That's kind of all that kind of stuff in terms of. I guess we can do objectives next since we're right here. So more expectations. Domestic success, they wanted us to finish top 4, finish first, then win the FA Cup. We made it to the quarterfinals and lost. Continental success, they want us to win the Europa League, which we did. Youth development signed 3 players under 20. We'll get into that when we get to transfers. Then for the youth academy, that was simple enough to do. Brand exposure, 5 my games without defeat in away matches, made 31, so pretty impressive. And then 2 players, same nationality of the club. We'll get into when we do transfers. And then financially, I reduced player wages by 85 grand a week, as I was to do as well. So let's kind of get into that, I guess, through the transfers. transfer history. My club. So first thing I did was I made Baptiste permanent. Obviously, because he played for Rennes, that's where he kind of broke in as a youth prospect and stuff. Signed for 25 mil, plus I think it was a 5% sell-on from Bayern, which was well worth it. Sold Ben Davies to Werder Bremen in Germany for 4.8. Fraser Foster to Union Saint-Gilloise in Belgium for 780. Reguilon to Bournemouth for 5.2. Yusuf Bassoum to Crystal Palace for 21.1. Rodrigo Bentancur to Atletico for 31.4. And brought in Jaden Bogle to be our backup right back to Pedro Porro, because as we've kind of seen, I think a lot of Djed Spence, Lee Simo, I think others kind of see the same. I think he plays better on the left as left back than a right back. So kind of made him our starting left back and Udogie the backup. So we needed a backup for Pedro Porro. And I signed Jaden Bogle from Leeds, where obviously Djed Spence was on loan 2 seasons ago. And he's from the same nationality, he's English, so he was the same nationality as the club. And then kind of went and raided Forest, where Djed Spence kind of had his breakout when they got promoted, and signed probably their best. Obviously, I considered kind of doing the whole Morgan Gibbs White thing, to kind of get a little revenge on what happened this summer, where we paid Morgan Gibbs White's release clause, and then Marinakis threw a hissy fit, and kind of we didn't get the transfer over the line. But instead, I went for a player with the best midfielder with the best potential, which is Elliot Anderson. Signed him for 25.5. He was pretty clutch. He was very good for us, especially because Madison had like a 3-month injury, and he kind of filled in very nicely for him. Then sold Sonny in the right before the January window for 54.1, sorry, to Barcelona. And Alfie Whiteman went on a free. Then we had a bunch of loans. Dane Scott went to St. Pauli, which is the German club I support. So that was pretty cool. Brandon Austin went on loan there. Mikey Moore to Crystal Palace. And here we go, the players under 20. So Matisse Tell counted as one of the 3 players under 20. Then these 2 chaps here are both signed from. Were they not up above? I don't think I noticed them. So I guess how the fees were. Jeremy here, his fee was 2.3. They both came from Rennes. And then I loaned him out to Empoli. And then Mohamed Meta here, he was a 1.4 million from Rennes, and I loaned him out to Luton. So that was kind of all our business. So pretty good stuff. Terms, I guess last thing is kind of player stats. So we'll check that out here. Squad Hub. Stats. So I basically kind of did a pretty even split between Vicario and Kinski. Each had 16 clean sheets, which is pretty impressive. Vicario also had an assist in the league, which is cool. Said Udogie was our backup left back. We got plenty of playing time. 1 assist. Romero, Danso, Dragus, and Manavan were our center backs. So Pedro Porro was a starting right back. 2 goals, 3 assists. Pretty good. Djed Spence had 6 assists, which is pretty solid. So Jane Bogle was our backup right back. 4 assists. Pretty good. So Elliot Anderson, 50 matches, 4 goals, 10 assists. Pretty solid stuff. Papsar and Archie pretty good. James Madison was pretty underwhelming, to be honest, but he had 3 months out with an injury, which is pretty unfortunate. But 2 goals, 2 assists. That was good. But I guess the left side of the midfield, when he was starting, wasn't that great. But Lucas Bergvall and Decky, on the right side of the midfield, they're pretty solid. In terms of goal contributions, 15 and 13 each. That's pretty good. As that Timo Werner is low-key pretty solid for us. 21 goals, 8 assists. He was like our main man in the Carabao Cup, pretty much. Also, Odegaard had a decent season. Him and Brendan were pretty good on the right-hand side. Dom Solanke is absolutely dominant. 39 goals, 14 assists in all competitions. Is pretty solid, even though he didn't end up being Golden Boot in the Prem. Even though he had 21 goals. Mo Salah was Golden Boot with 24. It's like he finished 3rd. Then his 10 assists was tied with a bunch of players for like 3rd. It's also pretty solid. Richarlison, pretty decent season. Still 24 goals, 8 assists. Then Matisse Tell on left wing, pretty solid season. 19 goals in the Prem, 27-13. So his 19 goals was tied for 4th, which is pretty good, I'd say. But yeah, it's a pretty solid season all around. I mean, it did the treble, which I was not expecting. Especially the Carabao Cup, I was like, all right, the decent chance we might win that, considering we made it to the semifinals. And if I played well enough in the first leg, no matter who we faced, I would have a decent chance of us making it. So it was pretty solid we did that. And then the league was just honestly incredible. I guess I kind of didn't think about how good of a run we were on, but 93 points is pretty solid, 20 points ahead of Arsenal. We got seasons all around. Djed Spence 6 assists. So yeah, wrapping this, let's wrap this up here. It's pretty solid one season wonder one here. I'm doing the treble. But yeah, so after this kind of videos, Djed Spence lifting the Carabao Cup, Europa League, and the Premier League trophies. It's pretty exciting stuff. And then kind of that's gonna wrap it up for the series. Next series on the channel should be Undertale, which should be fun. Hope you like this little series here. You know, short and sweet Kick Quest career mode. But hopefully you enjoy it, and hopefully check out what's next on the channel. Thank you.
The ribbons on the trophy.
Yeah, you've got to feel for any team to lose at this stage, but it's about performing in those big pressure moments, and that's exactly what they did. They thoroughly deserve this.
Disappointment on one side is mirrored by wonderful scenes of celebration. All those tired legs are forgotten now.
Oh, you've got to enjoy every second. Just take it all in, because it's going to pass so quickly.
Well, now the players gather their thoughts, the handshakes begin, and they go up to receive their prizes.
Well, the hard work and the dedication, it makes it all worthwhile for moments like this.
There will be so many emotions running through the heads of all of these players. And now the big moment, the trophy lift itself.
Oh, just listen to that atmosphere. Look how much the players are enjoying it.
One more time. I really don't think they want this moment to end. This is why they play the game.
Well, the fans travel all over, and they're enjoying these moments just as much as the players, and rightly so.
Yeah, it's a lovely touch for them to take the trophy over to their loyal band of supporters. Cameras are raised, everybody's getting a piece of this.
Well, Guy, did they learn these dance moves off you?
I'm tempted to throw a few shapes myself up here. This is wonderful to be a part of. Well, you've been here, Sue. You know what it feels like to be on a winning team.
Yeah, and these are pictures that will live long into the memory. It's great to look back on.
Everyone here, including the players, just waiting for the moment when they can celebrate their accomplishments. The trophy will soon be theirs.
Well, it's been a long wait, but it's worth it. Celebrating in front of their own fans. They've been excellent this season. They fully deserve to be the champions.
And that is a vivid picture of what we associate with this group of players. It's all about the team ethic. You can see what it means to this tight-knit team. Real solidarity. And now for the moment of confirmation. The trophy presentation.
Well, this is what they were dreaming of before the game, to come and pick this trophy up. What a performance from them.
Yes, a performance that has impressed absolutely everyone. And now it comes down to holding that piece of silverware aloft. The sweet taste of success. It has been quite the journey, and it comes to an end in style on the big stage.
And now the celebrations can begin. Not just the players, but also the fans, the coaching staff. What a performance it's been.
And now this is really special, isn't it? The chance to run with that trophy over towards the fans and say thank you and celebrate together.
Well, they're absolutely right to do that. The fans deserve to celebrate as well. They've been excellent. They've made so much noise here. Great scenes.
And now the players get to relax a bit and enjoy having the pictures taken.
Well, these photos will be cherished for years to come, won't they? Certainly ones to show the grandchildren.
Trophy.
Yeah, you've got to feel for any team to lose at this stage, but it's about performing in those big pressure moments, and that's exactly what they did. They thoroughly deserve this.
Disappointment on one side is mirrored by wonderful scenes of celebration. All those tired legs are forgotten now.
Oh, you've got to enjoy every second. Just take it all in because it's going to pass so quickly.
Well, those on the podium are already dancing in celebration as the rest of the players come up one by one, with the captain last in line, eyes on that trophy.
Well, they've really worked hard for this, haven't they? And this is their moment.
And after receiving congratulations, it is time to lift the trophy. And now the big moment, the trophy lift itself.
They played well, they deserve it. Now they can enjoy this moment. I know the fans certainly will.
And these are the moments that are special in the career of every player.
Well, the fans travel all over and they're enjoying these moments just as much as the players, and rightly so.
Yeah, it's a lovely touch for them to take the trophy over to their loyal band of supporters. Cameras are raised, everybody's getting a piece of this.
Well, Guy, did they learn these dance moves off you?
I'm tempted to throw a few shapes myself up here. This is wonderful to be a part of. Well, these players will be celebrating long into the night. This is what it was all for.
Definitely, these are the pictures that you look at